All right, we should be live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the HighLevel Release Radar, where we recap the latest releases to roll out across the product. Let us know if you can see us and hear us. Throw a hello in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. And today's a cool episode because it's 2-in-1. We didn't get to do one last week because I was away at our mastermind event, which was awesome. If you don't know, we do SaaSpreneur masterminds a couple of times a year. So keep your eye out if you want to join a future one of those. As always, I'm joined by Ryan Hell from the product marketing team. Ryan, what's happening?
Howdy. It's been a busy couple of weeks here. So
It has.
we had to prune the list a lot.
Yeah. This one's going to be fun because I feel like, things roll out so fast. I can't even remember what rolled out last week. So I'm excited to see what you have here in the deck for us. So with that, let me share my screen and we can hop into it. Let me find it here. All right. Let's see. Okay, cool. That looks good. All right. So first, we're going to recap the releases that came out last week, February 5th to February 9th. And if we hop into it, the first one was the prospecting tool got a bunch of updates. This was awesome because it happened during the mastermind when we were teaching people how to use the prospecting tool. So it was like, oh my gosh, I don't even have these in the deck, but it rolled out today. So let's talk about some of the new stuff that got added in there.
Yeah, we've got fields or data on page speed, interactivity, overall SEO score, and highlights for if you've got any large content like heavy images, big images, and stuff like that. So this will be really helpful in pointing out the not so obvious things about websites that search engines obviously look for, and it could be nicely highlighted right there in the report. So just click a button, you're done.
Absolutely. I love this one. Many of you know I used to run an agency. We did tons of WordPress sites. And now that we have unlimited WordPress hosting in HighLevel, I just think this opportunity is massive. Like you scan somebody's site, the tool's going to tell you if they have WordPress. If you see a bad score on speed, you know that you can just auto migrate that thing over to HighLevel WordPress hosting and you're going to improve the speed. So like you could literally just go rack up hosting accounts. That's a straight up utility bill once you get somebody moved over. And now you get that as well as like the core vital stuff. So it's going to tell you what needs to be fixed. So if you are a WordPress shop, you know exactly how you can go improve somebody's situation as far as hosting and their website.
Yeah.
Next up, internationalization support for content generation and quick actions in content AI. This one's cool for the high levelers around the world.
Yeah. We've got new languages added to, I believe it's French, Spanish, Japanese. I think there's one other one, but they're kind of continuing to enhance and roll out the content AI so that it supports more languages. Pretty straightforward, but useful feature to have.
Especially, right? If you're in a country where one of these languages is spoken, you can now monetize AI. Again, we have rebilling for AI. So, I love to talk about this because it's like everybody's using these AI platforms, but you're basically paying to get content. Well, with HighLevel, if you're white labeling HighLevel, you can literally then become ChatGPT, right? You are monetizing when your clients pay to generate content. So now we can do that in other languages as well, which is awesome. Here's another screenshot that looks like Spanish. And the next release was bulk upload products and variants via CSV. This one's pretty powerful.
Yeah, if you've got a lot of products, or even if you have a few, but lots of different price variants on it, this will make your job a lot easier. Just upload a CSV. It'll automatically create all the different price variants from that. So you got a template in there, and be ready to rock.
Yes, another advancement into the realm of e-com, another level up with the high-level e-com stores. And so the team's working hard right now on shipping and taxes, which I think are the two main things that a lot of people, can't wait to see roll out. And then it'll be off to the races with e-com and HighLevel.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is more screenshots of that. We can do the bulk upload, import all that, and then there you go. All right, so here's the list of things that we don't have screenshots for that also rolled out last week. So the first was LC update sub account default header. This one's pretty cool and powerful. You want to explain this one a little bit, Ryan?
Yeah, so the idea here is kind of in line with all the Google and Yahoo updates, having a default header so that you don't have to change it every time, is powerful. And then obviously it works for one dedicated domain, but if you have multiple dedicated domains, you can configure them per domain. So it gives you
Wow,
more
I didn't know
control
that.
over what the headers are looking like, which Google and Yahoo like a lot, and it eliminates the missteps that sometimes happen on the end user end, where they mistakenly put in the wrong email address and so forth.
Yeah, and we should clarify when we say header, right? We're saying like when an email lands in your inbox, if you go to Gmail and you click like the whatever inspect thing and you
Yeah.
see who actually sent it, right? It's like the send name and the send email, those are included in the header. And so you can basically sort of lock that up and just say all the emails coming out are going to be sent from this name and this email address,
Hmm.
and sort of keep yourself out of trouble with these new updates that are rolling out from Google and Yahoo.
Yeah.
Next up, we had a workflow update. Added call connect on key press toggle for workflow call action. I didn't even see that one. You want to?
Yeah. Sean was super excited about this one, but essentially it's the call connect feature where, somebody calls in and then it calls your salesperson or whatever, some user on the account, and there's a whisper message. Now we can toggle on and off whether or not a key press will connect that call. So instead of just kind of automatically calling, which I think was the default behavior before, or automatically connecting, I should say, that we can have like an option, so that we can do kind of failovers for if somebody's not available, let's say.
Interesting. Okay,
Yep.
that's cool. Hopefully, everybody knows about that feature. I think it's one of the most, it's like a secret weapon inside of HighLevel, where basically the call connect action, you generate a lead, it will call your client. When they answer, they'll hear like a robot read a message that you get to write. So imagine, I'm at the front desk, I pick it up, and it's like, Chase's awesome marketing agency generated you another lead off Facebook. Their name is Sally Smith. Press any key to connect with Sally. You push a button, it calls the lead. If they answer, it bridges the call. Amazing way to put your clients on the phone with leads, within 5 minutes of the lead being generated. And so now you
Yeah.
have a little bit more optionality as far as, do you want them to have to push a key or not to make that call actually connect?
Yeah, this one's super underutilized, I feel.
Mhm.
Especially people don't realize you can put, custom values in there. So imagine like having an assistant like in your ear telling you exactly where they came from, the source of the lead, what they're calling off of. Super, super powerful thing. So you basically just pick up the phone, you're already up to speed. So less thinking and more doing for the salespeople, or, receptionists or what have you.
Yeah, really powerful.
Yeah.
Next up, we had a WhatsApp release. We got a few: subscription check, outbound, WhatsApp number, message failure reason. Subscription check is just awesome, right? Because it's
Mhm.
essentially a flag in the system that lets you know if the contact has WhatsApp or not, right?
Yeah.
Or that's what that is, right? Or did something else come out?
Subscription check for what's if you
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
yeah, it's an active subscription to, yes, to the WhatsApp service. So,
Which is great, right? Because we can then filter by them in smart lists, and then very soon we'll be able to
mhm,
if else them in a workflow, like whether or not they have WhatsApp. And then
mhm,
message failure reason, that's great, obviously, because if something doesn't go out, you want to know why. So now you have more insight there. I also we usually do this at the end, like what are we excited that's coming? But I'm really excited because I heard Sean say that Meta Open is giving us access to a new beta for WhatsApp calling. So you'll be able to actually do
mm,
WhatsApp calls inside of HighLevel as well, which is amazing because up until now, I don't think that API has been open for people to, action off of. So, anybody using WhatsApp in a third party app like HighLevel hasn't been able to do calling yet, and we're going to be one of the first to get access to it. So that's pretty exciting.
yeah,
Next up, we had use of sub-account level branded domain name for invoice. Oh, this one was sort of like an internal release that is going to enable all the different product teams to build on top of it. So you're going to be able to like brand all the links in the system, right? Like your calendar links, your trigger links, like all
yeah.
the
I believe
default
we're
links.
we're live now with invoice and payment links. So all the other
Oh,
teams are
nice.
racing to get all their functionality together, but invoice and payment links should be live now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then calendar updates, calendar availability settings. This was a pretty cool one, right? It's like you could set before it wouldn't let you go like noon to midnight. I think it would go like or 12 a.m. to like
Yeah.
11:45 p.m. And that created like a little 15-minute weirdness or something.
Yeah. A
But
little
now
bit of
you
an
can
edge
do
case,
12 to
but yeah, a
12,
lot more
right?
customization to that, and then just having the other thing I think we talked about maybe the week before is the ability to have like set days off. So it's like if you know you're doing your business is not going to be open certain days, you can like preset those in like a defined way. So a lot more functionality around controlling that schedule.
And then also for service calendars, there's new toggles in there with more granular control. So like if you don't want somebody to be able to book multiple services at once, I think you can toggle that off. And if you don't want people to be able to pick like different service providers, you can toggle that off.
Hmm.
So more granularity when it comes to the controls in service calendars, which is cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's roll into the releases that rolled out this week. First up being client portal updates, app permissions. You know about the details of this one?
Yeah, I know a couple things. This one just rolled out, like I think yesterday, maybe I kind of forget. But anyway, this one is essentially when you have your client portal. The previous behavior is like they kind of have access to everything. So like they go to their little picker, the app picker at the top, and they've got affiliates and courses and communities. And now we're kind of giving the ability to say, okay, let's say you don't want affiliates or learning, like the courses tab to be available to people that are in your client portal. You can now switch that off for people so that they just see the things that you want them to see.
Yeah, this is great, right? So now we're getting to really kind of carve out what we want our client portal to experience to be. And then as when the native app rolls out, that's going to carry over, right? And so we're going to literally all be able to have unique sort of learner or client portal apps. And this kind of is the first step of that control, which is awesome.
Yeah, there's another screenshot here of
Mm,
toggling on and off. So just see, yeah, it's exactly what it
nice.
is.
That looks nice.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, template library, new update process. So walk us through this. Basically, it's more intuitive or easier to update
Yeah.
templates in the
Yeah.
system.
The template library, I think, is, obviously been a little bit of a work in progress, but there's a lot of new functionality that's rolled out in the past couple of weeks that make it really easy for taking a template that you've already got, let's say in your agency sub account, and you want that to be available in the template library to make it a little bit more convenient and look better too. It's a much better UI. And now you can upload that to the template library, put your own thumbnails in there. You can categorize them and tag them, make it look really, really professional. And now you have the ability to update them. So, like, let's say you uploaded one, and now you made some changes to it. Now you can go ahead and update that directly within the template library without having to go through the whole re-upload process. So
Awesome.
streamlining a lot, which is a word we use a lot.
So here's another screenshot of that. Oh, we got a video here. So
Mhm.
this one is interesting to me that this is still so popular, but I think the way that the team executed this is beautiful. So let's see if this will play here. But basically, we're going into our social media planner and we can set a default watermark. So if you want like a branded logo or icon in the corner of every post that goes out, you can basically, well, and then you have the option as you create posts, but basically you can set the default. So here they're adding the HighLevel logo. You can see you can control the opacity of it, the size of it, the position of it. Looks like you can even control the padding. And then if let's just kick this into like double speed here. Um, we can save it. Okay, we've got padding control. There we go. And then when we go create a post, you'll see here in a second, there is a toggle that basically says, do you want to include that watermark or not? So here they're throwing in some content. They're going to choose an image. And then there's that check mark right there, or that toggle. So we could see, do you want to apply the watermark? If you do, it gets added into the image that's going to be posted. So pretty cool for those that are, wanting to have that branded sort of social media experience.
Yeah, one note on this, videos are not supported yet. but it's in the queue. So if
Nice.
you're anxious to put it on videos, we're not quite there yet, but it's coming.
Good to know. Next up, what do we have? Oh, some
We have more
screenshots.
screenshots just in case the video had a problem. So
Smart. I like it. A backup plan.
yeah.
Okay, so let's see what else rolled out. So form and survey updates. We got show hide field conditional logic for more of the field types, right? So text
Yep.
box list, signature, file uploads, and multiple drop-down fields. So that's awesome. I mean, recap us in case people don't know what this is.
Yeah, so if maybe you've used something like Jotform, they've got a lot of like cool little things where, hey, if they select this drop down, then display more fields because we might want to collect more information from them. So this is that. It's if they choose something or fill out something or choose a certain drop down, then the condition is met, and then we say, okay, now we're going to display more stuff, and so now we have more toys to play with. So if it's maybe a form that now requires a signature, you don't have to just have the signature in there all the time. You can keep it nice and simple. But when it is required, you can now display the signature or file uploads or any of these other options. And we're getting to the point where it's going to be essentially everything. So any type of
Yeah.
element that you have in a form, you can place a condition on whether or not it gets shown to someone or not.
Which is great. Again, if you
Yeah.
haven't played with this, I encourage you to do so because you can really, every little bit counts, right? Every piece of friction we can remove is great. So if you have optionality in your forms, hide those fields and only show them if need be, right? Like, do you want to
Yeah.
receive text messages? If they check yes, then they get the phone field, or you know what I mean? So I just love to be able to create more concise and clean forms and only show fields when absolutely necessary. And so now we've got more control over just that.
Yeah, not only that, but it's good for just kinda selling them through the form. I think some
Mhm.
people don't even realize, like, just getting people to fill out a form is really hard, and if you give them a reason, like, it makes sense. "Oh, yeah, I wanna receive text updates. Okay, now I'm gonna put in my phone number," instead of just having a huge thing just sitting there in front of you.
Yeah,
So, this is a
great
bigger
point.
update than it gets credit for, but definitely go play with it.
Awesome. Next up, Course has got an update with a new video player. That thing is nice. So
Yeah.
they upgraded that baby. Have you tested it?
I have. It's really nice. I think some of the problems that it was addressing was mobile viewability and
Mm.
compatibility with mobile browsers was kind of an issue. So they fixed that. It's much more lightweight. It looks nice. It's a simple update, but I think powerful in kind of presenting a really professional looking course or wherever you're using the video player.
Yeah, I played with it a little bit. The controls are really nice. It's beautiful. So go check
Yeah.
that out. Ecom got more enhancements. Oh, this is a big one. So Shopify
Mhm.
order syncing inside HighLevel. Walk us through how that works.
Yeah, so the basics behind it is that you can create an e-commerce store and then sync the orders with HighLevel, so you can keep track of what's going on with your store without having to manage two different platforms at the same time. So just more interconnectivity between Shopify, which obviously is going to be the most popular e-com platform, and HighLevel, so that you don't have to be talking to two different systems at once and have 10 browser tabs open.
Yeah. And then the
Mhm.
next one is also Shopify, which is huge, which is conversion metrics. So a
Yeah.
few weeks ago, we rolled out conversion metrics for high level products, right? So this is, hey, I sent an email and it linked to a product or my site. And I want to know, did that email actually drive conversions? And so we were able to start tracking that with high level products, but now it also works for Shopify stores. So you connect your
Mhm.
Shopify site, you can now send emails out of HighLevel and it will report back if that email generated sales, which is like the number one thing we want to know, right? If we're doing email marketing for ecom. So this is just a massive update because, like you said, Shopify is the number one platform. And this is sort of inching, or I wouldn't even say inching, like one giant leap towards being able to replace something like Klaviyo for your clients and then take that revenue for yourself.
Yeah. Big update.
Okay, so the last one, this one is small but mighty. And so basically, when you go to build an email campaign, when you go to send it out, they added a new test email button, and it makes the process of sending yourself a test much quicker. And so I don't know, Ryan, I'm sure you can relate, but like when you
Yeah.
send a lot of emails, like any little like second that you can save in this process is a huge improvement.
Yeah, removing one click feels like a huge weight's getting taken off of you, so I hate clicking. And
Yeah,
this
and
is a big one.
I'm going to use this one to roll into what am I most excited about, which is in addition to this, which is basically when you click that, the team is going to drop in like custom values for you. So it's automatically going to have the custom value for your account name, and then same with the email. So you can, and then a sub, like a default testing subject. So you could literally just go click, and then bang, your test email is going to go out, and it'll be so much faster than, again, it's not like it takes very long, but like typically, I don't know, you probably send what, 3, 4 tests before,
Yeah,
an actual
easily.
campaign goes out. And so every little microsecond counts. I think this is going to feel like a huge advancement.
Yeah. For
How about
me,
you? What are you excited for that's
I've
coming
got
soon?
2 since we had 2 weeks, so I picked 2 of them. One is mini
Nice.
snapshots. Somebody on the team asked what that was, and I joked that it's a snapshot for ants. So any Zoolander fans out there. But mini snapshots are gonna be great. It's essentially you get to pick the exact assets that you wanna, like, roll into a little tiny mini snapshot, and you can just push that. So,
Ooh, I haven't heard about this.
yeah.
Mini snapshots. That's cool.
And they talked about this one for a little bit. It didn't get a lot of press or air on our product town hall, but this one's going to be really, really cool. And then the second one is regarding the prospecting tool. Eventually, we're going to be able to put that onto an agency website.
Hmm.
So you wouldn't even have to go out and collect all the information. Essentially, it would be like a form. They fill it out, they get the results right away. So you can imagine, running some ads to something like that would be a really nice way to just load up your pipeline with leads.
Yes, that one's awesome. And
Hmm.
we used to use a third party for that at our agency, and it generated a ton of leads, right? Because
Hmm.
people,
They're
you're posting on
curious.
social, people are finding you, they end up on your site, and then it's like, oh, I can just basically generate a free audit of my business. That's awesome. And so it's great. It's a win-win, right? They get something of value, this nice report that's going to tell them what they need to go fix, and you get the leads information so you can follow up and say, hey, what'd you think of that report? You want to hop on a call and we can sort of walk you through what the report is telling you. And so we see people reacting. That one's getting a big reaction here in the comments. We can see
Shows well.
Nico's here is a Christmas. And we got another one from Anne Marie. So we'll definitely pass the kudos on to the team. It looks like we're all definitely loving that one and
Yeah.
can't wait to see that roll out. Awesome. Well, that was a two week recap. Any final thoughts, Ryan?
There's a lot of stuff happening with the social planner, so kind of get it ready for that. Get your social ducks in a row. So that's what we're prepping for kind of next week and the week beyond.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. Let us know what your favorite release from the past 2 weeks were in the comments, and we will see you next week.
See ya.